Yes, people, we are getting closer to the Champions League quarter-finals. It is going to be fireworks. We are going to see some crazy, crazy scenes. Maybe late winners, maybe stinkers. Who knows? But what I am expecting is excitement. I'm expecting something big in all of those ties. There's no boring tie. Barcelona, most entertaining team in the world. Bayern, Inter, tactician going at each other. We could see goal fests. Kane, we've got Lautaro Martinez. We've got the best defense in the world from Inter. We've got Arsenal, Real Madrid. Arsenal defensive unit who defend for their life. There's like no tomorrow. And then you've got Real Madrid who just attack, 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 come at you like there's no tomorrow. And then we've got PSG against Aston Villa, Unai Emery, the knockout artist, leading the line alongside Asensio, Rashford, Marlon, all these players. When you got then you have Ballon d'Or form, Dembele, you got Due, you got Kvaratskhelia, Luis Enrique going mad, having the technicians in the midfield. It is crazy. We are going to go through each tie and we'll talk about it and give our predictions, lads. Preview predictions. We will do it. Let's go. Arsenal against Real Madrid. Arsenal fans are scared. I'll be honest, majority of them are scared, and I don't blame them. I do not blame you at all, Arsenal fanboy, because Real Madrid, they are hungry. They are hungry to win the Champions League, like always. They're lucky. They're the luckiest team, but hey, they somehow get it done, and they are hungry. You are the prey. You are being preyed upon like there's no tomorrow. No, I'm not. I don't mean praying. I mean prey. You're their prey. But Arsenal do have a good defense and they do have a good midfield. So that's something positive from them. There is something positive about Arsenal, which we can take from, which we can look at. Because they have Saliba, they have Gabriel, they have Timber, they got Skelly, who's a upcoming star having his breakthrough season. They have a good defense, and the goalkeeper is someone you can rely upon. And the question is, the big question is, can they sustain it against Real Madrid, whose philosophy is just to give their players their freedom, their attackers, and let them do what they want? You've got Vinicius Jr., who's an X Factor. You've got Mbappe, who's an X Factor. You've got Rodrigo, X Factor. Bellingham, X Factor. All these four players are going to come at you. Do you have the strength, the quality, the IQ to understand when to tackle, to understand when not to make that tackle and give away a penalty, give away a stupid foul, give away a yellow card where you'll miss the second leg? That's the big question Arsenal fans and Arsenal need to think about. Because the midfield battle, it could be it could be even. Because they have Rice, because they have Partey. Yes, Madrid's midfield is good, but I wouldn't say they're the best of the best in my opinion because you can't dominate them. And when I watch Real Madrid this season a lot, I watched them a lot even previous seasons. They do not have the possession most of the time. Arsenal like to keep possession, and I think the way it's going to be the first round of the quarterfinal, I think actually overall, I think Arsenal are going to keep the ball most of the time. In the Bernabeu, maybe not. But if you do give Real Madrid the ball, do not leave a gap between you and the attacker. Do not let Vinicius or Mbappe or Rodrigo so much space because you're so scared to close them down. You have to close them down at all times. Because if you give them time, you give them time to think, you've given them time to create something, a scenario. Let me go through this, that. Allow a runner to make a run in. No, you close the gap down, you go physical with them. Man City out physically done them when they won the treble. You do the same with these guys. You got Rice, who's a great off the ball runner. You got Partey, technical ability. The only issue is up front. Up front, there's a big issue. That's the only issue that Arsenal have. But they've got the likes of Wanyeri, Martinelli's back, maybe Saka, but I wouldn't play him. Striker, Marino's gonna be there. So Arsenal have to rely upon set pieces. I'll be honest with you guys. Set pieces and counters. That's all you have. Defend for your life like there's no tomorrow. And I'm praying and I'm hoping you win. Real Madrid is Real Madrid. Got nothing to talk about really about them. It's all down to Arsenal. Arsenal are the underdogs, no question about it, and they have to do the madness. And I do think maybe it's the hate in me for Real Madrid. I do believe that Arsenal can go through. They can go through. That's what I believe. I think what I'm predicting is Arsenal to go through to the semi-final of the Champions League. That's what I believe. That's what I hope for. So Arsenal fans, Arsenal, Arteta, Arteta, remember you were La Masia, man. You're La Masia, bro. Arteta, La Masia. Remember that. I know you're gonna do your job against Real Madrid. Moving on to PSG against Aston Villa. PSG who knocked out Liverpool in the round of 16. A lot of people say if you knock out Liverpool, oh, you're gonna win the Champions League. No, you don't. It's just prem hype, man. It's just prem hype. Luis Enrique schooled Arne Slot, schooled him like there's no tomorrow, and PSG were dominating them in both of those legs. Seriously, Liverpool got dominated, and that shows the quality because physicality doesn't always beat technicality. We saw the midfield battle, Joao Neves, Fabian Ruiz, Vitinha, who just dominated the midfield of McAllister, Gravenberch, Szoboszlai, all these guys. And but the question is it the same with Aston Villa? I don't think it's gonna be. I think this game will be much harder than the Liverpool game. Seriously, that's what I think because you've got Emery, you've got all these attacking players that Emery possesses that he signed. He built a Champions League squad. It's not easy. Tielemans, Kamara. It's not easy to face somebody who won the Europa League so many times, who took Villarreal to the Champions League semi-final. Villarreal. Who would have thought? PSG, they just have to do what they always do. Attack, relentless. You need to win the midfield battle, PSG. If you win the PSG, midfield battle, you have a higher chance. And a lot of people saying that, oh, Aston Villa is going to get knocked out. They're the dark horses of this tie. They might be the dark horses of the Champions League in general. But a lot of people are writing them off. I'm not writing them off. I've got Aston Villa going through because of Unai Emery. Because of the experience and the tactics that he possesses. He built a Champions League squad for the Champions League. He signed Rashford. He signed Asensio. Experienced player because he knows they can get him through to the semi final. And I've got Aston Villa going through. PSG's defense is not good at all. Overall, Aston Villa, they're solid in midfield, defense, and attack. Seriously, that's what I believe. And then you've got the likes of Emi Martinez. Emi Martinez, bro. He's a good player. Good goalkeeper. Moving on to the Barcelona. Let's leave Barcelona at the end. Inter against Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, they haven't been convincing at the beginning of the Champions League. I'll be honest to you guys. They have not been convincing. But they got it over the line against Leverkusen. Leverkusen, obviously, it was all down to Xabi Alonso because they lost the tie. He didn't play a striker in the first leg. If he did, it would have been, I think they would have beaten Bayern Munich, but he didn't, and they lost 3-0. And then second leg, they lost again. And they got knocked out. And Bayern Munich are proving themselves to be late bloomers. Second half of the season, like Real Madrid, like PSG, reaching their peak, reaching their form. They're finally getting things together. And it's looking good for them. And it's all down to Harry Kane. Harry Kane, well known to not always turn up in the big games. That's the big question. Will Harry Kane turn up? Because Inter Milan, arguably the best defense in the league. Sorry, in the Champions League. They only conceded 2 goals. Imagine 2 goals in the league phase and the round of 16. Conceding 2 goals is crazy, but they're facing Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich have one of the best attackers in the world. They've got Harry Kane, they've got Musiala, they've got Sané, who's good as well. Kimmich, who's on form. Upamecano and Kim Min-jae, they finally find form as well. They're looking good together. But it depends on Inter Milan. It depends on Lautaro Martinez. When the lights are bright on him, he somehow vanishes. They've got Thuram in it. And Lautaro Martinez, who can turn up. Barella, Bastoni, all these players. And then you've got the top of the top, creme de la creme, whatever you want to say it. Inzaghi, the masterful tactician. Remember, he's the one that took them to the Champions League final, but lost to Pep Guardiola, who's the best manager of all time. Can you do against Bayern Munich? That's the big question. That's the only one I'm stuck with. Because firstly, I do not want to face Inter Milan. I think it's going to be difficult. But then again, I was thinking to myself that Barcelona scored the most goals in Europe. And I don't think Inter are going to. I think Inter would concede against us, minimum 2. That's what I believe, because we've got the attack, we've got the creativity, we've got enough firepower to hurt them. But then you got Bayern Munich, who a couple times they nearly scored against us, but they did score 1 goal against us, and I'm scared because they're late bloomers. I feel like Company has figured it out late. They're not an easy side, they're a strong side. They might have beaten Leverkusen, but still Leverkusen is a strong side, and company has been Bayern Munich in general since Xabi Alonso joined has been struggling against them. But now I'm thinking, is it Inter Milan or Bayern Munich? Because I think Inzaghi is a better manager than company, anyways. But I feel like Bayern Munich have too many X factors compared to Inter Milan. But I do believe they can keep Bayern Munich out. You can't keep Kane quiet. You can't keep not Musiala, Sane quiet. And I think Inter Milan are going to go through across both legs. Inter Milan's going to go through to the semi-finals. That's what I believe. And I think it's mainly down to the manager who's got so much experience, and he's not easy to deal with. He's not easy to deal with. Moving on to the main event, because I'm a Barca fan. Sorry, guys. The main event, Barcelona against Dortmund. Honestly speaking, guys, from the bottom of my heart, this is just my opinion. Only my opinion. It's subjective. It's not objective. I think Dortmund is not going to do anything. I just think Barcelona will dominate them across two legs. I think it's a comfortable win. That's what I believe, genuinely believe. But we never know with football, anyways. We never know, because with Dortmund, we've had to play Ferran Torres that won us the game. So it's different, because but Dortmund, they're a different side. Dortmund in the Champions League is different. Kobasi has kept Guirassy quiet anyways before we saw how he dealt with him. The question is, Barcelona, will they turn up? Because of the schedule, the tight schedule that we have is going to be difficult. I feel like it went from a comfortable win to a not so comfortable win because of the schedule. But I still think we will win. I still think across two legs we'll beat them, we'll dominate them. And if we go through that schedule, beating Dortmund as well, knocking out Dortmund, knocking out Atletico, and winning our league games, then I'm much more confident facing Inter Milan in the semi-final. I'm much more confident. Because so far, the tight schedule made it difficult for ourselves. Made it difficult. We had a few injured. We got Casado who's injured, Araujo, Kobasi. I think they'll make it back. I think Araujo and Kobasi will make it back to the Dortmund game. Casado, I think he's out for 2 months. But the big question is, Lewandowski has to step up. Lewandowski, we need you in the quarterfinals and the semi-finals and then the final. This is where we need you the most. We can't have you ghosting. And the big question is that will these players feed Lewandowski? We always feed him, but somehow it just doesn't get to him. We saw him against Atletico scoring to make a 2-1. But the big question is, Lewandowski, I think Yamal will turn up. Rafinha will turn up. It's just the defense against, the high line. The high line that will kill us, in my opinion. Not saying that Dortmund will do it, but I feel like we just concede, When we concede, it's a problem for me. Like, if Benfica, Dortmund, like, any team can score against us because of the high line. Just one ball over the top, one missed timing from our defense, that's it. It's a 90-80% of the time it's a goal. That's the biggest issue I have with this high line. But then when we face a Dortmund, we have to dominate them. We have to finish them off. They've got quality all over the pitch. But we have better quality. We have a better squad. We have a better manager. We have better individual quality. We have more X factors. So this has to be a domination. Just finish them off. Finish off everything in the first tie. I'm expecting 3-4-0 in the first tie. Just finish them off so we don't have to worry in the second leg. So we can play maybe youngsters, we can rest players, because League and Champions League, we're on the course to win the treble. We can win the treble. We have the squad, we have everything. We will win. We'll go through Dortmund, and then we'll face Inter Milan. Inter Milan. That's what I believe. And I just don't know, man. I don't know. It's going to be difficult because of that schedule. That schedule made it difficult for us. More difficult. If you don't know, check my previous video. I talk about it there. Just click on it. Yeah. And that's the thing that I'm thinking of. And overall, the road to Munich 2025 is looking great. Because let's say my prediction doesn't go right. Yeah. Barcelona's going to go through. That's going to go right in my opinion. Let's say Barcelona go through. Bayern Munich go through. PSG go through. And Real Madrid. We have probably the best semi-finals. One of the best semi-finals of all time in the Champions League. Real Madrid against PSG. Whoo! Dembele, Doué, Kvaratskhelia, Barcola. against the likes of Mendy, Alaba if he's playing, Tchouaméni centre back, maybe Asensio, and the right back Vasquez or Valverde. And then you got Mbappe, Vini Jr., Rodrigo against Pacho and Marquinhos, Nuno Mendes, who's still good. I do think PG have a better defense. Like, that would be crazy. And then we got Bayern Munich against Barca. Bayern Munich trying to get their revenge in the Champions League phase, but Barcelona is trying to get revenge in general because Bayern Munich keep on spanking us. Like, this is an all-timer Champions League, and the league phase, when they change it to the league phase, it hasn't disappointed me at all. Seriously, I've been impressed with this whole new format, guys, and I'm loving it. I am loving it, man. Um, yeah. So write down below what your predictions are, man. Just put your preview predictions. You can put the scorelines if you want. I'm not gonna do the scorelines. I think I'm gonna do it in a short. What do you want to call it? Short form video. I'm gonna do a quick quarterfinal predictions first leg, and then the next video I'm gonna do a second leg. And it's gonna be out soon as well. I'm gonna be more active, more consistent. But yeah, let me know, guys. Let me know what your predictions are. Who's gonna go through to the semi-final? We're gonna do a semi-final video separately another day when the quarterfinals are done. But anyways, make sure you follow me, guys. Like, comment, turn on your notifications, subscribe. Follow me on X, Twitter. I'm always active, man. Please, guys, come on, help your boy out. Take care, guys. Until next.